What is it, y'all? Welcome to my channel. It is me, Candace, in Beauty and Writing, and today I'm just going to be a little bit vulnerable, sharing a couple of I'm getting vulnerable with you all. I will be sharing with you all thoughts and some vulnerable actions that I have gathered as I am working on my debut novel called 𝐂𝐔𝐑𝐄OMB, and hopefully that this will share some insight to some others, or just being truthful that it's not all kicks and giggles, it's not all fun and games. There are some real struggles. For those who are new to my channel, again, my name is Candace and I'm working on my debut novel called 𝐂𝐔𝐑𝐄OMB. 𝐂𝐂𝐑𝐄𝐓 is an adult dark fantasy novel. I began working on this project, I would say, on a part-time status because I do have a 9-to-5 job since November of last year, and really started taking it very seriously once I've gotten to around my birthday in February, and I've been really working on this project. I won't say every day, but I put in some serious hours to this project. First draft is complete already, and currently I'm working on draft 2 on my revision phase. Right now, I am actually rewriting every single chapter. I have my book open on the side, and then I have my computer, and I'm looking and writing and making my revisions and corrections and fixing the plot all together. And as I'm working on draft 2, there are some serious vulnerability things that I've come across that I am struggling with, and I'm going to be 100% with y'all today. So, the first item I'm going to bring up, because I know this is very popular amongst the writing community, is forgetting ideas. And I know for me, I say this all the time, that when I'm laying in bed, a lot of times I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and I'm sure this is with a million other people. I forget. I wake up in the middle of the night and I think about ideas, and I don't necessarily write them down at the time that I'm doing that. So, what I have been doing is just honestly opening up the notes on my phone, but it's not all the time that I do that because I won't be in the right place and time, or I just don't do it. So, normally I would forget, and I get very annoyed with myself that I forget that. Candace, you have your phone, you can open up Milano on your phone, or you can go into Ellipsis, the writing platform that I am using right now to rewrite draft 2, and put a bug in there, not a bug, not a virus, but just put a note in there to say, hey, make sure you come back to this later to review that so that you can incorporate this into your novel. What I've been doing is just keeping sticky notes out on my desk, and then making sure to actually go on my phone and put the notes in there of the thoughts that I'm thinking that will contribute to this project. I know starting out when I did draft 1, and also when I was working on my 0 draft, there were so many ideas that I had forgotten to write down at the time, but I am getting better as time go on, and I'm making sure to do that. So that is one vulnerability line item I have. It does still bother me because I had a lot of good ideas back then, and I honestly forgot what they were. So hopefully over time they will come back to me as I continue to work on this project. The next struggle I have is balancing life and writing. So as I mentioned, I do have a 9 to 5, and then I also have other obligations too. Other obligations is prioritizing my health and wellness, and that is me going to the gym. I need to make sure that I actually get up and go to the gym and get out of the house, just because it's better to do that. And with women, we have, specifically Black women, we have low vitamin D, so it's really important to really get out of the house, take my vitamins and things like that, just to make sure that I am exercising my body and fueling my body, especially with eating, just because that will contribute to how much I pour into myself, filling up my cup, and then also how much energy I do put into focusing on this project. So if I don't fill up my cup and take care of myself, that other cup of me working on this project is not going to work to its full potential. So just making sure I prioritize that. That was another reason why I started making sure I get back into planning my weeks, because but I am prioritizing myself and making sure that I am taking care of myself, not just with the writing and my job, but also putting my actual self, my mind, body, and soul first. and then I will take care of everything else. Y'all know, y'all saw in my planner that I was writing down exercise. I used to be a power lifter. I actually won a competition once before. Fun fact about Candace, I actually got into that because my husband, he is very into athletics and kinesiology, to be exact. My man is smart, by the way. Just being around him, I was really intrigued by weightlifting, but I also wanted to do powerlifting as well too. So I like to do a lot of strength training, which is very helpful as well. I'm also kind of getting really sidetracked right now, but that's just a fun fact about me too. The unknown of if I am underwriting and overwriting. I guess this is also kind of tagging along with finding a collaborator to provide feedback. I love reading books that, and maybe a lot of people say this, but truly, I love reading books where it makes me feel. I'm currently reading right now 𝐂𝐔𝐑𝐄𝐍𝐓, Transcendent Kingdom, and the character voice in that feels so realistic. And that's the type of writing that I honestly enjoy, even if it's a different type of genre. Maybe it's just a romance, or it's a fantasy novel, or a YA book. I really am intrigued by the character voice that are in novels because I really want to feel like I am that person when I'm reading. Like, I feel very immersed in it. I love immersive reading. When I'm reading the character, when a character is from their point of view, I truly honestly love point of view. That's what my novel is a point of view. And so I just honestly, just high level of saying it, I just really enjoy writing where it makes you feel. I love descriptive writing because I love to actually see a visualization of the scene that I'm reading in my head, but I would like to also see it in my room actually happening. And so just for it to be like really realistic, and that's what I really enjoy. So for me, I don't know that once I finally send this to an editor, how they're going to understand my writing, whether they may say I am overwriting or underwriting. I don't know. I would find it fascinating if I am told that I am overwriting because I feel like I'm being very descriptive enough. So I will very much be surprised. So I don't know. And even though I'm working on this right now, and this is why I'm kind of struggling with it, because is I'm doing all this writing and I'm putting so much effort in, but will it be enough to take it to the next stage of doing draft 3 and so forth from there? Losing my voice to meet market demand. So for me, I am looking to be an independent author. And the reason behind that is because I will not allow myself to lose my voice in the things that I enjoy reading, because there are probably millions of people out there that enjoy the type of genre that I'm writing and want to read something of the nature that I'm writing. And I don't want what the creative flow that I have in my mind to be wrapped into a constraint of changing how I see that this book is becoming and just what it's going to be. So that's essentially why I want to be an indie author, and because I don't want to lose my voice. And I know some people out there who are actually traditionally published authors, they don't lose their voice, but I just figure that I just want to try this route of doing it on my own and figuring it out and being a indie author. I just find it intriguing to be an indie author because you work so hard, and you work so hard on your characters, and you build this person up that some people think that is actually real and they come to love. And I just find that so fascinating. And I think about that from the perspective from a spiritual standpoint, where it's like, no, by any means I'm saying that I'm playing God, but I think of it from also that perspective that you're molding and building this character, and then you're essentially setting them up in a book for these things to happen. Like, that's such a creative way of trying to build a life of something. I don't know, maybe I'm just digging too deep in it. I'm not playing God. I'm not God by any means, but I just think it's very fascinating to create a character that people will essentially love, or they may hate them. But It's just very interesting. The next line item that I'm very vulnerable about, and it's actually kind of hard for me to share this, is that I am not by any means the best person when it comes to grammatical wording. Truly, I am not. Maybe y'all have kind of figured it out, but I was not the best in either English class or things like that. So I know for me, grammar and just the technical aspect of making sure that things are correct in writing is going to be a struggle for me. As I'm writing right now, I'm still like learning how to structure certain sentences. I mean, I can do like the basics, but when I think of writing a novel, I think of, high end literature and how things are worded to actually write a book and how you're supposed to work on the pacing of things and whatnot. So that's something that I'm really struggling with, that I am nervous about when I finally send this draft over to an editor, is that my entire book is going to be given back to me because I just did not do well at all. So that's what I'm a little vulnerable about. Yeah, so writing this novel has not been kicks and giggles. It has also been chaos. I remember when I finished my first draft, I was so tired the next day. Like, I was hammering through writing at nighttime. Now I found out that writing at night is like my go-to routine now, is writing at night. Being an author, and will I ever be a full-time author? I don't know, but right now I'm a part-time author. I'll work in the morning to afternoon, do whatever I need to do midday, and then towards the evening time, that's when I write. And it is a lot, and I do have to schedule time to make sure I get my writing in, so it's not something that I continuously keep putting off, because I refuse to do that. Yeah, so if you're writing a novel, drop a comment down below and let me know of some different ways that I can try to work through these items, because as I mean, I'm working through them myself and I'm figuring it all out. But if there's but if there are any resources out there that you feel that I should know about, or I don't know, I mean, I do know this is a real conversation I'm having with y'all right now. I just feel like there's so much opportunity in the writing community to help one another, and I'm willing to do that with folks. Just starting out on this channel, I was kind of nervous to do that, but now I feel a little bit more comfortable. I've written my first draft. I tightened the belt a little bit to getting to know, touch and feel of what I want to do. And so I just feel like if there is somebody out there who is struggling, and you know of a resource, or if you know of some ways of things that have helped you, especially with my grammar and technical wordings that I have with writing, please let me know in the comments. This is like really me asking, because honestly, I just need to know in order to be a better writer. These are just things that I need to know. So I really am asking the writer community, if y'all know anything, to let me know. All right, well, thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, thank you for watching. If you are returning, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that are watching my videos. And I am about to go have dinner and finish drinking my 40 ounce of water that I committed to for this week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If there's any other content that y'all would like to see, please let me know. I'll be more than willing and open to it of sharing that content with you all.